of the youth as well, are you going to, because usually we've seen that those who are of a certain political color have a preference.
Of course, I have my first preference is the NDC youth. That I'm not going to lie. If you bring now the CEO of the National Youth Authority
NDC youth are
for the entire country.
Yes, but not NDC CEO
exactly.
For National Youth Authority.
Exactly. That's my first preference.
National Youth Authority.
My first preference will be the NDC youth, because they are the
good posturing to have.
It is a good posturing.
Why?
Because after
I thought you were doing this in a nationalistic.
It's a but NDC members are NDC members are also Ghanaians. NDC members are also Ghanaians.
Yeah, but MPP members are also Ghanaians.
Yes, and I'm saying that from my preference, I will prefer to deal with the NDC youth first before I go into other political.
So if between
parties.
an
but listen to me, yes,
NPP youth and they all come to you and they all
have the same equal qualifications,
Yes. Who would you go for?
Of course, I'll go for the Ghanaian who is NDC. They are all equal, the same qualification, and I am CEO. That is my bias, because I've been.
Is that a helpful bias to have?
Because the NDC youth is
should
also,
you have
the
that,
NDC youth, Lantam,
because the National Youth
don't get it wrong,
Authority was created, like you said, by an act of Parliament.
Don't get it wrong,
by the Constitution.
Don't get it wrong.
Under the Constitution,
don't get it.
Knows no political color.
Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. Whether the NDC or the MPP, they are Ghanaian youth first. Are you following?
Yes.
And that is why I said, irrespective of your political coloration, if you bring a proposal for me to implement, I will make sure I implement it, irrespective of your political color, whether you are NDC or you are MPP. But now you are going further to ask me that if I have an opportunity to give between an NDC youth and an MPP youth, and they are both equally qualified, then it is now my discretion who I give it to.
Statement is about Corella, and Corella this year is started from Ada. And when you want to understand what Corella means, which means somebody has eaten feces. Mr. Speaker, what brings about all those things is about sanitation. Whether we do proper sanitation. Mr. Speaker, just 2 months ago, there is a whole ministry for sanitation. And if you look at the budget for that ministry, and if you look at that budget and the sanitation doesn't go down to the people, then, Mr. Speaker, I beg to differ. We are not speaking truth to our.
They should do what they want. People work with. They should do what they want. People work with light, but there is no light. There is so much heat, especially when we go back to our homes in the evenings.
Whenever I'm about to go home, I have to call and find out whether there is light, and there is usually no light. We are really suffering, especially in the Ashanti region. We plead for something to be done about it.
All is not well. Honorable John Mahama, we are competent enough, credibility was through your integrity. And you will near domino, near domino. And yet, and some for Quadia, Omu doom light is a moment cast one, Omu doom light, as you be and you meet yes.
My sister, you know, collapsed, and me hat and quite a year. You could cool me, Kobe.
What they catch me because they say, "Yeah, Musa question via Cherry, you will doom so, and I say, need doom so more. The AC NSA say doom like 30 minutes, near so 20 minutes, near doom 30 minutes. They say, and your man SSA, and you will doom so man, I'm with one can't and prepare.
Nidikai Assembly.
Abusianfo mesanso ema mo nyina akwaba. Yes. We first segment of the show. Say you have a second segment. I hear about Doomso. Say I'm coming to with the help of Paul Adom Ochere. We are coming to understand ourselves. The entire since John Mahama ebedi Ghana konya, all of a sudden Ghana is soon and I show. Eye adia omo ahyeda eye. Yebedi hu nkomo pa. The enti omo ye ne se omo pese omo nya aginaso ebi ewo Ghana fo anim na omo atumi di aton ECG e di ama omo namfofo na omo anya omo chefa. Enti ye plan na omo afa omo ahyeda ama sabio Doomso no edokromo na so omo kese ECG nya na dwuma ye enti ye ton di ama private person na waba abeye ni ye a Ghana fo ankompreni. That is the reason why they are doing all what they are doing, because it's strange say Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo etim betena akonya so emfie nwotwe na emfie nwotwe no mu no every day in out light ejina na nine so na all of a sudden and this if obedi akonya na nkane a enyina na nine so yie se wo ye badwema na wodwene ekọ akire a ebetimi aso tim ko say there is something hidden somewhere enye normal abusiafo men kai say and this if we abreso filling stations ahodo bebere cause wo Ghana man mu eno ho asem ho ye beka die ntie ba le sha yetimi kokra fuel no more than what it needed. Ye babe dra na ya chim na den kai no ama and this for no omo de abie what filling stations no omo ton fuel. Enti so obeka ya in 2014, 15, 16 almost all the filling stations in Ghana were owned by NDC MPs and NDC popular members. This is because Ghanaians were paying for the fuel through the bills, and what? Then the fuel will come to Ghana. They will divide it and a part. Now the fambi ama NDC for now what they call almost filling stations now more tongue. Edi jisika egu on bottom eno ne ekrono a eno edre se wo behu because ya mfa sika na mo obi na mom di diesel na yekofa ba ye no ena ya chem edefa ama ndisi fo nti omoton a na omanya omusika eno nti a Dr. John Mahama ba wo mia ba ya odi technology papa we wa ho Ghana fo ye di e ho abro rof ye di e ho abro Dr. Bawumia technology ode ba ya na e control fuel dodo a ye kofa ba bia efa firi bia ekopi ekowie no. This was the solutions to that evil planner and this for far so at the ball Ghana for chrono in excess of billions because the business was at the fuel side and now mobile ye omo na no John Jinaposo omo kofa 401 balos aba abra Ghana ye here 300 bisa won say that rest of 100 why no e wo hefa why ho na ebe ko eye asensebe eye asembia yenka ensi ye beto asubiem na ye di ho nkomo Doomso no ejira ne so pa enko ba bia omo ahyeda eye plan sesei me den chia kese be ma adofo ne atiefo ye wi a with the help of Paul Adom Ochere yankwane nko tie asum ne yema binom yie pa na te ho ase se sum na ajiga na manya fa na unya baabi na no unya baabi unya kane amfanye de wo se wonye no eye plan deliberately plan ya sheda ya trance wo bu epe wo kan say table ho ya the people ne pen ato ho draw how to make sure say Ghana for be feel say your tongue ECG at the ma private personal ebeye ye at the amaye because say your government owner enye juma enti farmer private sa private person no enye private person bi ofura manone na eba o ofura manone kura na eba eye NDC fo na akofa wona ba se omumra ni omumeye business se mo be kaya na nado ye na dwe se nko ye saade no NDC force original hopa adentia they had interest in it. They wanted to lead that negotiation. Enti na omo aba na nado anton na otimi menen onye den enintia na nado ebo modere se obetumi maintain no na sabio yanton amfa ma amanonefo na ananse NDC MPP namfofo yemfa ne saa no. And then this if they are trying to do everything so that Ghanaians can feel said ECG no say you turn the ma private personal and no and never may young kania adaho abusia say also ye good patriotism we a good patriotic citizen now sister you will be out of Ghana maya. These are reasons for which people should step on the street and demonstrate against it. Yes. So also we Ghana nipa papa awodo man Ghana na ope akwanya obenam so edi akwa abonten akoye ye kire edi a kire wabanya. I'm telling you brother sister, initiative for John Mahama afa say up say on ECG no, that is a good call to go out and demonstrate because a ECG no tom e de money pa fofra, that person is the person who is going to determine how much a kilowatt of electricity in your home should be sold to you or how much you should pay to the ECG. It is critical because electricity is a basis of every citizen's life. It is our right to have lights in our homes. It is the government duty to make sure that there is availabilities of energy, electric energy in our homes. It is a buying tone at the private sector. Actually said, the government has not honored his responsibilities as a government, as a leader in the country. And it is also your mama papa. Now person won't quiet yet children fan chida wabanya. We now also in a son quiet yet children. And ye see cathedral, Jimmy, ye see cathedral the tourism about Krum. Ye see cathedral mwanya jumaye. Ye see cathedral ama sabio o my na jidin ewo babi ma manfo atua sika atwa print ticket about my mo abehwe my o se won ti ase wakoye nkwase demonstration and na ye sin kane awda ho ye de komo obi no no decide the amount so se emfa wo ho a wow jejereje sabre gwei ena ho behia. Say really every good citizen who want to do yechre who want to do yechre, this is what makes you a good citizen. But madre no menga daye ho ene enyo yechre mu odene pa selling of ECG and the revocation of the government workers here John Dradega Eyano. These are the reasons to go out and demonstrate. but nurse for the teacher for no good citizen found home kwajim they deserve it the omujiji sikano omuso omunkoto aba omujiji sikano omuso omunkoto aba mo bi papa adwuma entu ye Ghana ni ba na wunye nurse na wunye teacher ni a Eske me ba be chia wuya to ase eske. So ye Ghana ni ba no nye teacher ni a mesro mfa ho nkoji nurse for teacher for be fan say be yo chirem pe ba bitra ma ba nka sa be nkoyo ba de a nka boro yo boro ni ai ma ba nka sa be nkoyo ba de sa na obe fata eske se we de ye kama ai boro bi nka sa bi kro awe de mi anka sa bukro de ma ba anka sa benko be yo kire betra fie bejeje allowances bre baaje bengo to aba ne bre ko na ko demonstration mabe mba na nzi ho tena ofie na je wa hom kane ani ofie pa mangu bi aseda na je mframa ai anako pensuo bi anotra river no ba bi na je mframa na ho nto mesre mfa ho nkoje na esefo ne basefo badim bet say ya beton ECG there ma ona na mo boto e wo say Ghana for ye ntimi organize demonstrations across the country say ECG should not be sold to any private individual a crime. This is what we call a crime, not what John Mahama is calling as a crime. Samano or you're very evil, very devil. Meaning who a leader to me kasa to say the man we kasa ida. But in any case, me nkoba bia no hai moment fanchia ema atifo any other for. Na yemfa the ECG side na mra. Na till ho ase ye why the NDC in opposition was so interested say yeton ECG. Na no mo beduru ya omo elidi to go and sell ECG to a private person. Na me fanchia emadofo na yento aso. Boga comedy memo akwa pa Khalif Jaben miwia memo akwa Kakari TV eye SKB TV the new channel I wo YouTube ai mesra wa abomodre na we Kakari TV na bomodre na subscribe to the channel of Kakari TV na boa miwia na enyoma enkoso ye papa no wa bre pa bra channel jina kakra nka ne mesha ase ekoyi ana hwim de esi ye ti mesra wo bomodre na yeden ko support miwia yi bomodre na sabi ko support miwia yi na the channel no enteki back Kakari TV uhu a ye nyankasa SKB TV NFL Kakari TV SK Mwakwaba, thank you for being here. God bless you. Grace Amankwaba me chiao. My sister Deborah Che me chiao ye pa. Sansona Evans and Kaman Kofi. Yeah bro, you're welcome. Lord Boate me chiao ye pa. Mame Vaida Boche. Yeah, Mame, happy Sunday to you. Thank you for being here. Q me chiao ye pa. Nana Kwiafro, you're welcome. Alessandra me chiao ye pa. Vaida and Kama. Wonso mechiao Eric Adunsia mechiao ye pa ena kuya Dajan mechiao wonso ye pa Imana Boache mechiao John Fictis Gerard Kennedy afiri ye mechiao ye pa Johnson Adai wonso memo akwaba nana kuya nyako mema akwaba ye pa na Samija si from Hamburg mechiao ama akwaba Francofi mechiao Joseph Bua miya mechiao ye pa na huyo ene nyankopon ando mehwene no itumi home kama pa manframa fam ai yes vera sane no akwaba ena mimia Kofi Sapon from Ivory Coast mechiao the man in Drisu mechiao ye pa mama adwa safo me adwa sewa mechiao ye pa nyanka sa me fiura ba ko pe mama Esther K barima me mo akwaba ye pa mama Esther want to say sanso na mimia we su Kofi mechiao Kofi large mechiao Ana Yemia Cynthia Ajapoma Mechia Young Ofoi. Good afternoon to you. Sansuna me mami akwianya komechia. Mame ya from Poma mame. Michia ye pa. Abusiafo ene no life. Ena me bra panyini. Samuel Okuno wonso memo akwaba ye pa. Rare Thinkers TV was a great job. I think this is Miss B. Yeah, I think that should be a Miss B. Yes. Miss B, say you want a chair ye pa. And yes, also baby will be a merencha, Kessie, Emma, Medase, and then support. Abuja, Master say, and then more life, Ras Media GH on YouTube and Ras Media on Facebook. Say ne your first time what Ras Media and car no Facebook and friend Ras Media a very old page and then when I miss stream live a free medical when I miss stream. I don't want to do my politics with the Kennedy Japan Junior page and sound up because the man is not making sense at all in the Ghana political history. So I cannot campaign for Dr. Bawumia on that page anymore. Kingsley appear quite one so memawo akwaba and Shaifawu Abdul Karim Bonso Akwaba Yepa. But me, I want to know who is Rare Thinkers TV. To me, I think say a Miss B, but in any case, I think say I will get the right person behind the scene. In any case, Abusia, we are going towards the ECG scandalous deal. SK, Kakari TV, Mesrao, Red Thinkers TV, Mesrao, Mekamaphobia and Swate. We must to start advocating for nationwide demonstration against the selling of ECG. A very wrong deal. Ebekwa tiame, ebekwa tiawo. Ebekwetie obi owo man no nyina obi abe sofa it I think this is a good call that we must to entertain it, we must to maintain it, we must to enforce it, we must to know how we can get to the big men. They must to support us. I was saying to me making a very big demonstration across the whole Ghana against the selling of ECG. Something no. Hey, in many towns in Ghana, private individuals and providing so among the citizens. Like the only tenor, you free mohono. Now you want to go and sell it. Then okay, thank you, Kakadi TV. Thank you. And you know the only thing I like, I'm gonna provided the Maya affordable price, because of business. Down in there, Cote d'Ivoire for they are feeling power from Ghana. Power yet turned them Cote d'Ivoire for they get it, but the sum. A man for fish are done more money. Aye. We are brave, can wo. Abrofo nim so beriado atri enko hunu ye abroso mfaso no enye hwekura na wusun afeni ansa kakra beso wani ma wate ne ya we akoma keneja Japan sisi ameno kase ne fish no adane momone ye bibi ba yawo ma wan na hi. That is it. And then doom son abano, any NDC ni, any MPP ni, any Canada Japan supporter, any mobia. The name Doomso affect everyone. And the cost of one, me say monya momone Kobe, monya momone ni Kobe, my I akukona my idea momone. Sama to abafo. The ebano munya hu. Say we are there. When you meet somebody, normally, in the first approach, friendship, you're very sweet. Hey, panakura now, unipa or na manababa ya oyere. Mosha sena mo meeting the instant approach, Yeah, very, 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 very smooth, very sweet. You don't want it to end. But John Mahama, the beginning is already tough. Yeah. How can you allow somebody who tells you, say, you don't need digitalization, but you need shit up and dokono. And Jimmy, you then go and vote for him. Huh? Any politician so no yam ponchifu sekai kura ntumi wono omfa you can't go and vote for him. This is because we allow ourselves to be deceived by people like this. But Uncle Fibo actually me am wakwaba Rare Thinkers TV ever YouTube. We may even a kwa na yen support no. Na yeah, he's a new guy on the media. To memoir na ni page no the channel no intimi enyini sanso maame Elizabeth Echa me mo akwaba ye pa ena maame Paulina Antwi. You're welcome to the show. Abuja mo live Ras Media on Facebook. Facebook Ras Media we me picture and then me banner picture. Yeah, that is me. Follow the page and watch me there as I stream also on Ras Media. When I was Ras Media, Kofiata Mechao, Owa Hena Champon, Albert Mechao, and the Kadunsia Mechao Yepa, a day a J Pius Mechao, Sansona Hamza Abdu, Hamid Mechao Suyepa, Yanko Naimke Nimra.
Amiwu.
Yes.
My sister Mina collapse na me heart and kwana ye adwuma. Ye kukuru me Kobe na say me chere wo mu say me yare ampa doctor. Yes, Dr. Tro excuse duty. Say I'm dying.
Hey, that's a who exaggerated.
I'm not exaggerating, I'm telling you the truth.
And you pay your
Yes, go and ask them.
Away, you pay your fine.
BNI.
Hey, now be a heart and kwana
Oh, Nana. I am telling you. I am not lying.
You are not working hard and
my whole body, I had a total system collapse. A total.
And so you were sent to the.
I am telling you. Oh, there's a at least we are saying, but
I also had to
of course. Somebody, your internal organs. I am just telling you, your internal organs were not working. Ultimately, I am not joking. She took me there. It's me kwa me kwa no kwa wo nyina hu me afi no mo tete haban ma me aunt no so no ama me. Me am ka kire wo.
E bia na dan no asa haban no.
Please, if yes, mango trees and papa is a mango tree is a one yes.
Mango tree brutal.
Yes, they carried me there.
Mango I the sack my
I want
the body in a total system collapse.
Yes, it's mango leaves no bit or see a naming. I'm telling you. I feel no
way in a year,
2017.
Now Dubai.
I swear. What are you talking about?
Yes, I was young for your sign Abayachi. You better aso. Now, let's do the do. Now, young koyaning. Now, one where ya to abafon edi akoyi nipa fon se omra media ni nipa onim abamu. Ai. Enipa sabi onimu se strategy a yede ma manfo tua tax ene se obete tax so na manfo I encourage you to pay. Onim as also a president. Na Ode yanko yisi jasam so cha na akasa fa we hu. Enti abuja nyere yanko ne nkonko tie Paul adomo kire. Ne nkyerɛkyerɛ mu oye ode bai. Owie a na ya pie ya ni won ne man keto bi so. Na ma bie for nice na tu. Na won so no wabɔ modene atumi afrɛ akyerɛ wadwen. Eha eya adwenkyerɛkyerɛ obi enim ense obi enyina yetoto adwene na de ho kwan a yɛbɛfa so a yɛbɛtumi abɔ yɛman no ɛho ban afiri atamfoɔ ensɛm. Midin ene Mr. Mafo eha Ras Media on YouTube, Ras Media GH on YouTube and Ras Media on Facebook. And then your first time Miriam Mesro say subscribe to the channel. Now like the video no mame Mesro pa like no ehun hia me. Obetume so ahwehwe me e Facebook Ras Media na follow page no ho say the be ya me ba life a obehu me e wo ho nso na waye dan watumi adimachi amayede dwumadie no ahwehwe so yenkonkonko tie Paul Adomo kire ye ba ye beto aso.
Show you the kind of contract that had been prepared for PDS. Now in the contract for PDS, the government of Ghana is correcting everything that ECG complains about in the contract for PDS, so that in the relationship with ECG, government doesn't care. But in the relationship with PDS, government is interested in protecting PDS's business interest. Government is not interested in protecting ECG's interest, but as soon as a private person comes into ECG, the government of Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana is interested in protecting the private person's interest. Let's see. Now, in this document, which is the PDS regulation, it's in section 6.2 of the GSA that provides as follows. They call something condition precedent 4, okay? And it is, they say that any change in law or change in tax that in either case has a material adverse effect on PDS, and the company is not able to recover all of the portions, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so in effect, what they say is this. Let me step back and read it well. The Ghana government shall compensate PDS for such reduced revenues, increased costs. I'm reading at the last 3 lines, so you can read with me. Company is authorized to charge end users, comma. Now after the comma, let's read. Then Ghana shall compensate the company, which is PDS, for such reduced revenues, increased costs, or additional tax liabilities through prompt and effective compensation. Now, do you know what they are talking about here? They are telling PDS in the contract that was abrogated, which we think they are bringing back. They are telling PDS that if you give PURC charges, you know, ECG gives PURC how much they should charge us, but PURC will look at it and decide. Sometimes they don't charge us what ECG wants them to charge us. Now ECG is doing the analysis based on revenue, and it's a profit and loss analysis, okay? It's a P&L. So ECG are saying that, look, this is what we need to get, so if you charge the customer this, we can run. So then when the thing comes to PURC will look at it and add a human face to it and decide that no, you can't charge that. Now this document is saying that in the case of PDS, if that were to happen, which happens every time, the PURC doesn't give ECG what they are looking for. If that were to happen, compensation will be paid to PDS. Can you imagine that, viewers? We do a contract like this for PDS, that's a private company that has political friends, but the ECG, when they give PURC a figure and PURC are not able to do it, no compensation is paid to ECG, and then ECG is making losses, and then we make ECG make losses so that we can sell it to our friends and pocket a lot of money. Is that what politics is about? Is that what winning elections is about? Why does anybody come to power and say I want to sell ECG? You will sell ECG to who? It will never happen. ECG belongs to the people of Ghana. You cannot sell it. If you and your friends want to make money, go and do a farm. You will make a lot of money, or do something. But you cannot touch what belongs to the people of Ghana that I'm selling it. Why are you selling it to who? It will never happen. That's your ECG. It won't happen. What are you talking about? You come and sell ECG. You are a socialist government. You are selling the state assets. And Kwesi Process, he hasn't heard it. I see. Okay. VRA sells to Sonambel. Togo, La Côte d'Ivoire. Gridco sells to Togo and La Côte d'Ivoire. ECG sells to Ghanaians in cedis and does not earn any foreign exchange. Now let me explain this to you, viewers. Every day you say ECG is broke, ECG is broke, ECG is broke, let's sell it. VRA is never broke. Gridco is never broke. Do you know why? Because ECG sells petrol power to us, they distribute it to us in cedis. So 1 cedi per megawatt, 2 cedi per megawatt, they collect cedis from us, and then they go and change it in dollars at the Bank of Ghana. and pay the IPPs dollars. They collect cedis and pay dollars. One day they are sitting down, the cedi has moved from 8, 10, 12, 15, 16. We don't know what's happening tomorrow. We anticipate that there will be no further devaluation of the cedi. We thank God for that and we pray for that. We know that John Mahama can do it. So let's wait. But look at the cedi's zigzag that he's been doing up until now. You tell ECG that anybody, even if you are Elon Musk, and you are told to sell power in cedis, change it to dollars, and pay IPPs in dollars, even Elon Musk will run losses. But the same arrangement allows VRA to sell power abroad and collect dollars. What does VRA need the dollars for? Yes, every company needs dollars, but ECG needs it more because ECG is going to pay the bill, the debt of Senate power, Sem power, Asogli power. It's put on ECG's head. So every day ECG is looking bad. Why can't ECG also be allowed to sell power to Sonabel in Cote d'Ivoire, Sonabel in Burkina, Cote d'Ivoire, etc., etc.? And the other question we're going to ask in our second presentation: how do we have portions of Ghana in Dumso, but Ghana power is being sold to Burkina, and there's light in Ouagadougou, and there's darkness in Teshi? There's light in Ouagadougou from Ghana's power. They say Kwame Nkrumah signed some contract in 1959, so that is, we can't do anything about it. Do you know why? Because people make money from that. Not just the states, individuals make money from that. That's why there's darkness in Teshi, but there's light in Ouagadougou from Ghana. The Ouagadougou light is from Burkina. It's from Akosombo. It's from Akosombo. It's in Burkina. Then if you go to Akosombo, Atimpoku is light off, but Burkina is on. Why do we do this to our country? Why? You see, that's why the white people look at us and they say, these people, are they okay? America, this will never happen in America. That there will be darkness in America and American light will power in Mexico. Really? Why? The Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself. It didn't say love thy neighbor more than thyself. But we do that because somebody in there is making money with a politician. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. So your darkness, call your friends in Ouagadougou. There's lights. They are watching the Real Madrid and Manchester City. You can't go and watch. You have to travel from Teshi. You have to go all the way to Mamprobi to go and watch it, because Mamprobi is where there's light. This is the situation. So the point we are making is that this whole ECG conversation is human beings' hands that is turning ECG around. Then they come and tell us that, oh, ECG is broke. It's hurting the country. We are spending. Let's sell it. Then they call their friend, Mr. Thompson in UK, please come over. And then Mr. Scott in New York, come over. They form PDS. They take the ECG. They share the millions. They are gone away. It will not happen this time. I heard somebody on Joy this evening, a lady. She was a teacher. She said, she was speaking on top of her voice. She said, democracy has now come to Ghana. We will ensure that when governments come, they cannot do what they like. You can't take the people's power and sack teachers. What is wrong with you? You come and take people's power and say you are sacking them. You are using the state power that was given to you against the people. I read David Ofosu-Dorte this evening. He said in Ghana, governments only know how to show power. They don't know how to use it. This power thing, it will not happen. You come and sell ECG. You come to power, you take ECG and sell it. Then you and your friends share money. Go and buy houses abroad and come and tell us that we are a poor country. You were telling us that somebody is corrupt. Yesterday, you were telling us that Samira is holding back, she's corrupt. You come to power and you want to sell the state assets. The Samira that you said she's corrupt, she didn't tell us she wants to sell state assets. The Akufo-Addo that you said is corrupt, he came and you were selling ECG. He said, I'll stop it. You can't sell ECG. Akufo-Addo stopped it. Then you come and say Akufo-Addo is a criminal. And you heard the president today, he said the economy has been managed criminally. We are waiting for the details to come out of how the economy was criminally managed. Because Mohamed Amin Anta, when he was leaving, he gave a full statement. But today, President Mahama says the economy was criminally managed. That's what Atu Forsin has told him. Fair enough. You have met an economy that has been criminally managed. And the first thing you want to do is to sell the prize state asset. And Kwesi Pratt says he hasn't heard it. Socialist Forum, they haven't heard it. That ECG is on sale. I'll remind them every day here, and I'll put their pictures there. Socialist Forum. You haven't heard it, that the price Kwame Nkrumah asset is for sale. We are here. We will see what we are spending. Let's sell it.
At a certain rate. Unfortunately, what the previous government had done was just to slap on more taxes, and we had gotten to a stage where the more taxes that were put on, the less revenue that came in.
Meanwhile, a financial economist at the University of Professional Studies Accra, UPSA, Dr. Eric Boachiyi-Adom, has disputed the president's assertion that taxes introduced by the previous government have failed to generate sufficient revenue. According to him, data from the Ghana Revenue Authority reveals a significant increase in tax revenue, with nominal terms growth exceeding 100% over the last 3 years, contradicting the president's claims.
In 2019, the nominal tax revenue was around 43.9 billion. In 2020, it was 45.4 billion. In 2021, it came to 47.4 billion. Now, when the IMF program was introduced, the tax revenue in 2023 moved from 75.7 billion to 113. That is over 30% increase. Last year, 2024, tax revenue was around 153 billion. So you could see that in the past 3 years, from 2022, 2023 to 2024, tax revenue has grown in nominal terms in the region of 103%.
Abusianfo enti said the nyina yete no na no bi enche kese me ba ha be ka asem we say Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who was accused to say PS scandal. It wasn't Akufo-Addo who wanted to sold ECG. Akufo-Addo rather stopped the selling of ECG because he believes, and as a good governor, he knows to say it is very important, say, the primary needs of a citizen should not be in the hands of a private person. Okay? This is because a private person doesn't have any social contract with any citizen. Private individual does not have obligations with any citizen. Private individual doesn't care if a citizen can afford or not. What a private individual who is a businessman is interested about is income. Mfaswo, anayenka ni nchobo. Right? Private individual, ono ni nchobo obenya, ne mfaswo obenya, ewe ne nyuma ne services all provide so. Eno ene hiano. Enye wo comfort living. Enti adie bi ti se ECG a yenyina enim se ne without light in our community, people's lives will be truncated. It is important, say, ebe remaining in the management of the state. Never yet state-owned what service. Said the profit in Chobo Mfaswono, Emma Meye, the principal what? Principal motivation and our principal reason of what? Of servicing. Now, no. The principal motivation, and I said the main reason Ebema ECG akosono ebe ye to give a good service to the people. So, say now to na waka wonsa asho damiri fam when you wani onka hwe say John Dramani Mahama ne sabio ne pon kojo ginapo omuso mo ba beton ECG na wayi wani a miwia odaachi no na ye ton no. Your future is on sale, for sale. Your future odaachi no and the second card ye ba beton aya twerɛ for sale kɛseɛ aboka anachi odaachi no ya twerɛ for sale abochi. Because as soon as the light, the ECG, goes into the hands of any private individual, that will be the end of our lives. Say ECG could the individual be someone boa ope no be tramaye. The ordinary say sabio Otoma wa omoka na obesan nyaso mfaso saa bo na obeden obeto ama but say kodi aban sam da bia aban no bedwene se oyopo na wantima ntua bere na amaya mfa nkova ka eda chire nyina taxes na oman mani tua no yebetumi ayibi atibi e de akotua saa ka no amana yeden ayeye. Enti ntina ho mfa wonsa nhyɛ damiri fam emaye mfa saa artificial doom so wei na adaw emaye nka nkyerɛ sɛ Akufo-Addo asay energy sector before going away. Emaye nka nkyerɛ sɛ Akufo-Addo ajaka ewa ofani saying electricity energy sector ho eni ntie yeda dum som de beka saa kire obi a oboa de beka saa kire obi a no oboa eye ni da ho bone John Dramani Mahama onwene wo no ba ho o maame o papa onwene bia ho John Dramani Mahama de odwene ho ne se sabre baye ya wa bai sama mawe ya wa bai obetume nya no ho se twom said ye be ya se ne mfie nan we ye dana nimi odi wi a hia abafre ne hia bionsi na busuamu da hia pa abafre ne hia fufuo hia fita bianto no na busuane na sefo nyina eye sane man nti a John Dramani Mahama ahyeda akofa artificial dum so de aba ba betu koko ba betu ice water ice brogo ba betu no fish ba yo cold tea what can say cold chocolate no one when nyina one will be an obo hono eye plan ye mamonya sabio atinka bi se ECG no say am farm ma private person kane antimi nyina na nan so e wo man no eye plan nkrofo we ya wudifo he na on edu abi kura asem no kura me sane aka am mpese meka because I'm in the Ghana for who I would have. SK, I wish you well, bro. I'm in the Ghana for who I would have. Sabio, Nipa yenim ni awiem pa awia ketem. Yetimi dane ye chiba nipa nse ye hwena nim. Na mom ye jai manyuno ajo, anajo ade asa badum kane ano na ya so torch de ahwe nipa nanim. Ai mpanfo se yenim nipa awia yen so kanea enkohwe na nima na jo John Mahama any the PNDC NDC hey omusuban kiane kia sa no tie yen tontone oman na japade ai abane japade tone oyo NDC for their main policy Benny policy ba kupepo Benny the de she bibiase na mbom no yemra medi oman no hom faso ye bottom se said ye tumi aka kire John Mahama ya kan de ato ne so amane ye no kore se NDC for ye create loot and share na John Mahama na ano do obedi akonwa yi wakọ akotena labor for anim woni be hu odi nkomo wanim guase wagu hu anim ase se oba beto amanfo ketuama odi 10% na beto abra wo predecessor last one or year no ye 30% anim guase o sai campaign kan se na do amone ho modene na no wakotum ten ukoduru ho no enam ohwe nipa dase no adwemoni wo ti manyankopon tew to da bia na ehu behia se nipa bete ho abeti o me benya nyansa na bate asem a wo kana se papa wetin kwatra union labor fo ani nka kire be se be ka se be NDC fo be yo create and share enti yen twene yen hya ase no a na yen nyina ya che on fedi adio asemu ya make on say ashoko unim se bia me ma hye dem ma yi me yem o ka asem bi o ti say me be bo hu video a kire me be bo hu video a kire o bet say John Mahama ankasa wa bi na num to aka say aye no kure se be create loot and share nti NDC fo be nyanto wase ma be ho afeni be create na balutu na bashe amanaye na anu ade papa ya sana be ka asenye enti nipa de ka asenye chiro dabi na wure wande na osan koto abama no na wa be transia wa asan all repeat sa asem na wo nipa domanim camera nim ode chiro osan tifie se John Mahama prr se prr ya wa se boni po one would be Ghana Japade tongue a sources in which the NDC leadership they make money. Let me hear about the assembly. Hey, NDC in opposition, they were rich. Look at the massive campaign that they have been hearing. Hey, Abusia, MPP campaign when they are in opposition. They are always being financed by private people. Meboa so meboa. Ene na makene Japan nya no bebrebe no. Kene Japan. Enye government deal binom ena waje percentage bi a wanya sika o. Ye man contract or ye wie na watene safre ho. But look at the campaign the NDC has been able to maintain for the last 3 consecutive elections. Very expensive campaigns. Adentia, ni na say, ye tonto abaya Japade a, me the percentage bi akeka ho e de ahihye baabi. Enti sa nkrofo obeti opposition kura da bia bosomi bia Ghana sika fa bi nyunu kogu be bottom. Sa na be se be mfanye ECG no. The same thing. Yan kontoni ECG mfama ye namfofo na yen take some percentage into the opposition kura na sika be wura e bottom. Hey, omoso mo yen kroma honest Kwame Nkrumah ne factories abrofo no ja ye a obedi so aye kan se Kwame Nkrumah ne osisi sa factory na enye nokore onye nokore. Hey, many of the things you say Kwame Nkrumah Kwame bebiri abrofo na ye akosombo dam enye Kwame Nkrumah ne si ye Kotoka International Airport nye Kwame Nkrumah ne si ye abrofo no be si ye many of the factories no abrofo ne be yoni nyina na Kwame Nkrumah ne be di ade no be yoni de and this if one be say be Nkrumah nest ye de Kwame Nkrumah asema waka ye so okay so Kwame Nkrumah you say ya wo de NDC for no maybe say hefo ne besisa sa ne mani nyina akoto ntone ye hefo ne tone sa ne ma no NDC for ne tone ye e kire wo say this is a history of the NDC. Hey, yes, ponko jata ne honam no ne kara ne betumi asesa bani su ne ban ensesa da omo a di omo yo besubare beniye sane otie betonton abane japade omanye japade betonton de mabeho underground. Nti sai si jasem na ye ka no enya agro bi ni yedi o se motegara na mo amamo ho ammo na ya ammoto na mo ampe yo kire kase bi anyo amfa nkire nkrofo we ya ye ni baba ye ho so na omo atonga na esi ho no John Mahama enye ni dino wa ye bi pen o my boxer the chef from unestimated value of bauxite. Papa wait to me the pen ni paper kwasi da najo. E share dan mu e de ye e ton wade no de maniwia kuma. E di ono no omanye japade ton eyo one of his yen can say the most competent part of John Mahama. Say ye ton wade nya so mfaso. Maria Chaponkofi Mwakwaba runs Resford and Chiosunecha Pana Nasty Kenemachiao. His Excellency the President Darega Dramani Mahama, Mr. Ibu, Onu Dionim Yopa, and he said, Ye Tony, ye ton, and Yasom Faso. That is what he knows a lot. That is what he can do a lot. And they say, I'm sorry, Ankasa, he see, you know, ye beton. He see, you know, ton soa. Because they say create loot and share no begusua beyo me catch you say John Mahama timi kotra ba be catch Ghana for say afei ni be create answer but to me a share amano ayeye bi America wan ti ase bi ada o kan sa asem no tie video no bet wadwena ma ho so me pese me mo Metie Babia John Mahama anim papa we na nim fere ade o de tie video we
Richard. He is the director of the GhanaPolitics. He is charge of all the asset declarations. Madam Virginia Shombe, the Deputy Auditor General for Finance and Administration. This is Mr. Lawrence Ayakiba, who is the Deputy Auditor General for Performance and Special Audit. And my name is Johnson Kwamwasi. I'm the Auditor General.
All right, thank you very much. We've also been joined by Dr. Kalistos Mahama, Secretary to the President, and Mrs. Joyce Bawa Muktari, Senior Presidential Advisor and Special Aide to His Excellency the President. At this stage, I will call on the Auditor General to receive the completed forms from His Excellency the President. Photographers. Thank you very much, Mr. President and Mr. Auditor General. I now have the singular honor of inviting His Excellency the President to make a few remarks on why this ceremony is taking place. Thank you.
I was just looking at the statute on Access Declaration, and under Article 286 of the 1992 Constitution, it names the President, the Vice President, Ministers and Deputy Ministers, Members of Parliament, and judges. And then again under Acts.
Abusian promise I'm fan video no I'm excellent. It's fan channel. No video we buy me ye. Oh video we buy na kwose. I want me honso. Abusian I'm fan channel my mistake pa. We the ye man kan ye kura Abusian we the man kan ye kura. Man kan ye kura man kan ye. But do the entire video when I'm video no. Man kan ye kura.
They should do what they want. People work with light, but there is no light. There is so much heat, especially when we go back to our homes in the evenings.
And you only Pedia. And so Ghana, I see a pentia, and see a fanasa. Papa, me hokra dem coffee, I'm doing conference, ye doom light, and I say, so.
Whenever I'm about to go home, I have to call and find out whether there is light. And there is usually no light. We are really suffering, especially in the Ashanti.
Yes, I was for video no mensaka. Momentie abra John Mahama. I can't tell Ghana for say. Yadika ka so we create, loot and share. No correct. But Ghana for enyan to wasiema yen create. Now more to me share amana ye. Hey. I never know say governance is about sharing money. I never knew. But Mahama has told me today, say governance is about sharing what? Money. Mental.
One thing that is a cardinal principle for us is to tell the truth at all times. We all knew the economy was in crisis, but some of the things I'm discovering myself, I mean, it's been a criminal handling of our economy.
Well, Mahama is still complaining. Economy was in a crib. I was already young to us here. I will make a very nice video about this with the former finance minister, his own finance minister to force him, and Sasim we are called we are clean. Now, how devil this man is, someone or evil, or you're very, very incompetent and a liar, and every liar is a thief, and every thief is a liar. Momento. Let's forget about the Okafa economy. No. I want you to hear about the Oka create, loot and share. And
Ghana is a crime scene, actually, because how a government can have been so reckless, I cannot understand. But we're faced with a reality, and our options are very few. We can behave like the ostrich and hide our heads in the sand and let the economy crash. But then what effect would it have on Ghanaian households and everybody? And so I've told him, I said, cut expenditure as much as you like. Even we ourselves in Office of Government Machinery cut as much of our budget as you like, because we all must make those sacrifices. A certain distrust of the political class has arisen, because it's like when everybody else is tightening their belts, the political class is loosening its belts. But I want to assure you that we're all going to tighten our belts, and there will be no wasteful expenditure. It is said that we create and share. And so let's start cooking the meal now, so that we can share when we have created. But
yes, everybody had him. Also, I said, this man did not come to joke with you guys. So what? Also, it is said that we create, loot and share. Let's start creating. Me hope I can understand why we allow ourselves to be governed, ruled by such a rude person. criminal in the first place, a thief at the second level, and a detector at the third level. Such a profile joined together is what determines who John Dramani Mahama is. And you are coming to loot. You be tonton maya japadie. You be jiji musika. Every expenditure towards what? The individual and the poor ones, you know, Mahama is going to make sure he cut it off with the excuse to say, on my no. That is where we are. The percentage sharing is the main aim of the NDC governance. Abusiafo, ene medimobesia, you have 2 hours 15 minutes. Medimobesia na amanfo so atumenya kwanya afre asim achrechere madwen. Yes. Enti na the on phone lines no ya bie edam utumi frɛ na wayɛ watchre wadwen. Ras Media GH on YouTube, on Facebook. Ubehu me Ras Media na wa support, wa subscribe, na wabeye abusia ne bi. Mr. wa say like video na like it. Aye. But more than like video no. Na yen ko yanim. Yemia Rare Max aba homano so. Panyini. Oi. Aja. Gracias.
What you say now unfinished business?
Yes.
No, yeah, they wait me be so because not na shesa but no the man in me say no dear because at the end of Kasana we take over $375 billion.
Yes.
And we undervalue at the end of about $250 billion. Every man in me it's not to go also borrow $100 billion.
Wow.
What is yes?
Wow.
And you want to imagine me and say, yeah, no, we say, send a fee, any new and fee, dear, and can hear, dear. And can say, friends saying, because they will be the world's richest family. Can only hear Abu Sound. And now, all said, he had been Bolivia collective or Tom.
Yes.
Well, we sound for parliament. Say I was conform we are na conform.
Yeah.
Why you pass all the man no tino. Who say Bolivia team na unyansa asa.
Yes.
I had the one for one pass. And then nyame a won pe bone man na do buy no beji o man na de man japade e di man Ghana for back. Oh.
Yeah.
Na e wi atino. Enu nti onukura the car send onukura the politics kwa de nko. Me family kwa beka so me politics pa de sune until sa de no na do jimu a o man back no so
anko se na me pera
me ana me kan so me sa bo
ah
na sa politics e di ka o kana so me se so fu le kai wo say Ghana anu nipa sabi o mo jimi no lo so e se anyansa fo no di o iro kakra bia be yi because of the microphone, the entire agency president na say I say do get yakai so the more go school no money to no mo ja party no enti me da bia me from foreign soldiers from soldiers no from foreign soldiers yan say because in one say energy say baba mama nya 6.2 nana do nya 6.7 last 6.2 ni 6.7 dey no so
say na rado na di nkudi
James Abo, your father saying, your mama 6.2, Nana 6.7. Not all I don't need the just not body, so you mama. So you can imagine the what to say Nipo would do watching. Last, Papa, yes, no case of card. What did you say? Fear the team of vice president said. We are vice president, as you know, veteran. Would you acquire via? Would you vice president? We are all finish you. The next vice president of veteran. What did you say? John Mahama to letters. None of us emphasize each other.
And you will say, and you will say,
some of we know what kind of somebody. I'm telling you, sir. Nani Bradia, Matrices, fear vice president. Maybe I'm not here as vice president. Satma, Mesotiazan. A man, Mills say, I'm not told us after the woman down by you, and then wow.
Yeah.
Or 3 years here, never go to court, maybe a president in the tier. Age you be for.
Yeah.
Say, you got one good name, you do that.
Yeah,
who's that? I go for you. Popularly say, you over there. Man come for me. Shani Madia, or who can say, Confucia, you know, or who over the bank go away, on the farm. Yeah, so to be to go. Before today, or you got him as man about, I have very nice edifice, but and you won't know to go. And you know, my cast on and what here. Because of the summer, fear of good fans, no, or who go for your friends, a Catholic, yeah. It's the same people.
Hello. Bra. Article. So the second here, I'm said the DSCA. Evidently, said the brand is second here. No, I think that it wasn't the best way. Aja, Otemenka. Hello. Hey, I wish you for. Hear me, I don't know. Okay, or something. Aja, what call there? What call there?
No, me go so sana me kasa go mama.
Okay, ya yentonka kuna na ateko kuna yentonka.
Na bi na me tonka so to.
Wa betere na yentonka. Yeti.
Na me kan say, anya my fi o mutugu ga Jubilee House so safa ko fosi ni ntino. No mutimi junko. Because omo kaso omo de be portrait farm. Ntino mutimi junko, the mess not in castle. Nti omo ka mo fi mo na say ka mama tuko. Na ka mi santa ba betra na bi ono tie no. Wan twanko. Ọtịna nwa akọpụ sị na mmadụ onye amani wie ye ye transition no and ọtụ ọdị gatọ akọpụ otu mfọ sị otu mfọ ni na nanu nka no mfọ sị efie ni nkyado
wa reni ngwase.
Yes, because so Lucy you cannot so ntiase so who can for speaker he has to flag both of them.
Yes,
in the coded location. Yes, okay, it was one of the conditions sir obako dia yamfa fie ni nkyado.
Hey,
that's some of you. Miss why you never for presence some people can maybe a presidency one it isn't the be okra but Ghana for you catch no woman so take and you prevent baba there me say let's we reform I just will be and work on what say it this time around there you say you some of me so I'm telling you say on your for your rule me say no sir be come no be go you can catch them say NBC for or team points or say they are coming for 12 years.
Wow.
As to how they are going to implement that in there. And before they show me the eyes. And this is 14 was inside. They are coming to rule Ghana for 12 years. And so the minimum as to how they are going to implement that. And the minimum. What you say?
Yeah.
And you know one team process man best here and form. Say man best here and form because they don't have anything to lose. The other it was riding so. Contrast some year near the idea of take up near the idea. 1% room.
Yes.
And to only from every month 10%, 20%, no more. That's how come they never run out of us.
Yes.
But they say all your criminal organization here. But I am sometimes moving in Kenya go fast party be from and this is the ABC and one. What I say? Because people will check especially woman you ministry. And you brother pan or bubble.
Really?
One brother, all three school direct to politics. That's all we say town. You know understand am re wo dey share NDC MPP minister say and be obi e ba continue bia about 90% no mo bobra asa dey no mo hwe we no dey wo dey name them all of brother
broke people.
These are the people who enjoy free SHS. And just have a minister. And so you go enjoy free SHS. Who buy so it's a serious one, and that is what be enjoy. Someone better be on the who had a goose and walk to see I gave you all enjoy free SHS, and I want to do a dream. Say na ya kasa obia no ye dem ye kokko ahwam owie ya say na obia njo obi no so wo wadwo woni e wo mtem
ai obompe amanfo man ni kwasem ye ye
wo papa ye minister nje wo papa na ko njo school fees e na wo yi ko sem se ko wan jo pay say e na de wo be jina so obi betuma pienti no ye ma wo mo betuma wo ye say o mo ti ni chaso ne do so. Most of them are going to drop out.
Yes, of course. Say,
Mama, I know the chances of bringing another video. Mama, I acquire man because I buy Nico Kofu and only a task in Guana, a pine betting Nigeria, the Nipa brain theaters. And you know, that is the only way I buy betting. It doesn't take delight in saying imposing taxes on the people. Nah, that is the only means I buy betting when you scan your mom and over. Mr.
Okoto
so much as 2020 say 2016.
Okoto be on the budget.
When you're walking contradiction, when you're flip-flop, or that Okojana, I didn't know. Let me put a catch them place. A man you some year them drop.
Yeah.
Oh, Ghana for the season. Say, or he products Ghana for no go to Abano. Say, Ghana for no send no man to work for you. Just a one begin one in just here. Oh, now, I don't blame you. Sometimes they do maybe come in, but what is the kind of fun to do now? Corrupt.
Yeah, the mentality is correct.
You are why you go any part you are why you're not at the end of the month. Now, where your party are, why you're always Nippon Quander of us who has carriers are you easy. And about me about the declaration of Sanya money in our Piaco and by government just direct one bill come Russ secret.
Yeah.
What I say, and to all poor people, when we are on one of your year, I want to call because by 4 quite a year or some year or by 4.
Yes. Yes.
What I say?
Yes.
Yes, the best of the look at us from
weather, yeah.
One of your own song, and you know, so one will make me a beer because how me a bar or bet you to talk until they won't get. Nothing like that. And yes, I would wait to fee apply for passport. I don't know who you do that very well. I'm on a passport of Isaiah Manaco.
Or this opposition, this is or more quack
Jesus Christ.
Or more
Jesus Christ. Why never apply passport? And I drop. And Jesus, what can one just say? Uncle Paul, one set, no, my set, no, means all women we are saying anyone answers. I don't get it. Oh, come on, give a con be on the first one with your mind. And I'm saying your mama Ghana for some more money now until one because oh, I have you, my heart bleed for this country because of the idea I say. I would for Ghana because money is so criminally minded. Obi a wo go jina parliament the catch that you Ghana for you need the whole world say one be nam na ka don't pay.
Yeah.
One you didn't criminally mismanage the economy. Now Obi a watching me other economy so I manage free sectors, ambulances, agenda 111, rules, baby, development, interchanges, crime commercial dualization. Name them projects, name them. Regions are there 10.
Yeah.
So they are cost 16.
Yes.
16 or what so develop maybe this is supply office of in that access of police for Again, was the police for for the first time in the history of Ghana. What took 3 helicopters come Ghana police? Some security for the country. Amanda advice I will be there.
A busy, I mean,
3 helicopters. Our police for the Omoduma. There may be accommodation for the police, accommodation for the military, accommodation for the navy. Master, what took 3 speed boats? Speed boats, how the way, all the mobile, so.
The verses.
I don't know what and how I make a master meeting a car, the action. That's what kind of first way no more. No, but then it came, overton, Yamakomanto, Yavaze, ECG.
Aye, or
the percentage Yamati. And what is the only year yet, you're fancying Jacob pay. To say every year they care about $500 million. I mean, the whole young was a million. What to a woman told you fancy Ghana, a Tamaport, and our down for 35 years. Only $7 billion now, did you know? And on any agreement said, say a president, Yakobasi, see, yeah, dear back into Famaya. You say, $21 billion. What before this $7 billion?
Yeah,
and this Yakobasi, yeah, this is here, sir. Massa, fire your back, not you, Sika. This a year, $21 billion a month.
Now,
what about the council say? Import duty, and port and importing, and I find cuisine by Guzi. This is make me feel one of the Tico and I can't afford to Mama. Hey, that you would just
I don't know you, Yaman, you Ghana 14. I mean, the country.
Will be so bad 24, 133. I don't buy all more, and a wee.
Yes, Sakia, for Munkofi and Koda.
Your young budget, 3 months by year. Because he has supplementary budget for the 3 months from January to March. And the other so, financial grants, and the other 4. It is also your way, my dear. Sikan can ye all budget to a debate to come and why, Massa, harmless watching way, but in Paul, who could meet that red, and another said, where ye a Yachi mafia.
Aye,
Sakawa mafia, and be invited. I'm saying, I
need our person who to be said,
young policies to change. Now, you want to go about 7 or 9 forest, policy for I could hear policy for the convention.
Okay, a friend of mine said, your political bill. You know, there's no see a young woman called China, woman take over. Come, say, because of Ghana, say, or should you want to take over or mine? Sometimes I want to Obianya, I see a Dianish or Numa and Casa.
Oh, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Hey, Ras.
Aja.
Omani, I mean, you said, man, when you go upon a Kessben because Obabu said, or my Mofra Papa Bonnie. Now, Mofra Bonnie said, Papa, no. Say, I could have friend Ghana, or what two, no correct ideas, and I'm going to put the idea.
Yeah, Contopo is the winner.
Now, once you have Pam comes to be a Sataman, no, say, no, and one Abamuno. Was this a Ghana for Munim, Namunim? Namusako Mama, Babimwa, and Yama basis your mind, videos, I don't know, means over.
Yeah, I have it. My bonnet have put up.
Yeah. You go to the woman.
I know common.
Actually, comes here while you were there, Benzie, a conversation in India.
Now, Sardana, yes, your man in Tina, Federal Assassin.
Oh, I don't make a show. Massa. Oh, Freddy is here. It's in the pack of your food, you may be or manage to go and form. And as I say, journalists or more dear or may you know, to say no, woman actually go to.
I will keep you. Aye. So, the woman about power. The woman about power until.
You know evil. But yeah, master, the reality will dawn on them.
No, of course.
Until when the masses start to rise up, because hey, you have to talk to 3 times. And it is the same driver for they can't continue to run at the loss. Into a increase, you fancy
tariffs,
how they call it, Lawrence.
Yes, of course.
And to increase here. I feel follow by a day.
Rebecca, sir.
Yes, what happened to nobody war.
Yeah.
It's when they start to react. Yes. What will be said, no, who can contemplate Buddha if you are now, who soon when you have been Israel, where you are. We are not remember.
Medasi Rasby, Medasi Pa, Ebatia Yemia Rex B, and I tell in Kano. And yes, your course, you know, Ewoha. You were, yes, your sister Esther became free answer, your brother Evans. Tiemfa sister Esther na chiafa yenya Evans so. Abusha eha Ras Media. Go YouTube esanso e Facebook. You can find me at all the two platforms. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Marco.
Mame. Atie fo nyina ajo so me ho ye pa ma me na dia me hwini mu abai me tumi ho me kam
Ebusiafo tiatie mu nyina yo Mr. Marco.
Mame.
We dey ye kan kesi o ye kan kesi kwa ye kakra e dey enya di obi abe
ye tio
meka wo Ghana no ye kan ya na o ma Oman tiele no kotu abafo.
Yeah.
Mr. Marco so hwekwa eniema na obeton. Obeton ama Ghana for akoya wo eye punishment for the Ghana.
Of course.
O de ma wo na Ghana for obesu asesu biem ye ka habo ye kire man ye. Kama hapo the man here. Mine ana me brand me kaya krono no ye nyina Ghana ni bia krono we die ni na Mahama die ne die eye overpo
adutwem
because the papa we generator.
Yes.
You know ko we they know how to feel. Na Mahama ni kawani bra na me private na wo kenenka
David
ati so ma ta ko to ba ko praka
sa ande mi yante
sa ya kwadia so Mr. Marco
aja
na asama omu kan ya omu dia bronze praka aba ya bronze ben na anya no praka
no kura pa
ya ma ko school kura be ya praka ni se government ya budget budget no sika sa budget no ye sika ye
yes
ewo emma akatua o adwuma fo akatua ani obia enti no bankofo na oyi o budget their money is already there
yes
enti so what to me am for kana no wo no oyi o budget sika no start back to Ghana finance your government of where we get out the money from to pay them and thank for back so what you say Mahama said the way President Mahama said the way that it out for the years before now they can't think for themselves. Officer Ghana put that into me Ghana.
Papa nyamasa na odwuro wa me because
the way I will prefer what we do until they regret me. They can't think you know that we are doing them. And yet I'm not going to candidate a junior.
Yeah.
Because the union sometimes say Ghana is city for what we one. Yet they are 12 yama, yet they are young, yet they are the campaign, yet you don't put it here. Near the mother and the money in our father, you know, almost 3 years for the fire. Because you see the often one for the Saturday. Because what talk can I have? We are the economy now, look at you,
aye.
But can now put the car go through what near someone near the core option. Now, don't want to get the wolf clean about for which the same or 2 years is what cheap. So what you say? It is that easy here. Yes, but what talk about over the kind of crop. We know that you are so corrupt, you are international people, and everybody knows you in the world that you are international people. Nobody knows the reason why Ghanaian voted for you. Because the one thing that Ghana has the most little IQ.
Wow.
If you're going to sell ECG, please do not tempt it. Do not try it.
And I'm also brought from a more pa, who juggle ye pa. Oh, bro, Ede, brofuna Ede, koso.
If you touch ECG and sell ECG, you know that Putum Kakraka in Ghana?
Yes, Antoine.
All those water, we will join them together. Yes, the government will left and right. Then after we come with that, we will use your wife, your children, and thank those Hutus.
Yes. Aye. Ewo DNA num. DNA na aye krono DNA.
Now the only one who's rich. Rich, such a movement. A crown of a Ghana for Munya and a form like government what to our journey, almost a Ghana for. That's how we chose. What you fear, and yet, I don't have for me who to say this for. Now, that's what I will not catch the Ghana for say. How will your compare like any another book? Namu Shah, Nana Musukra, Mutiama, the listed president of Ghana. Any Papa before any another damper. The listed president of Kaya,
I know the America.
No, the America. When you obey Yamamwana, so that what the police will come to a bar. Oh dear, minimum reason dear man to have a factor that part of it. And you post one of the women to about the tea and another dear, and then people are buying dear. A soon on getting I ever them. What duty am I one and see a bank a move better? You can find me ever 2 to an hour, every people were 7 to 1. What did you say about?
Yeah,
the
yes. I 10%, and I'm off for a 2 room friend. 10%.
Now, the say, Ghana for and 24 and for the Kura and Fanini. Your sister, some media, almost like Omunaya Capital in Ghana. Or quite out of the to Ghana for all one, 7% for my business. Over to and one of my John Mahama power you do. And one of my president, excellent.
Mr. Ibu.
Mahama, Mr. Ibu.
no. Sister, and let me who video be my hwehwa me who. Otiapata bi mo and anemia na ban in China enjoyment. President pa ni. Because the Ebeko fan of Babiano, I am Mahama na. Well, yes, in Tontuma, why you ready, Paul? Yes, or Bashiba be also be the president. Ghana pa. Yes. And also, you try also crank or Tom and Indian answer. As I said, then because you go side and no move, it's a good side. Baby, to say I take up pay no, but they will buy a car park. Me da si bebre, ya men ka o. Oh, I dey am so. Ya be advocacy say this serious pa. Aye.
access ya or see the shows. Access the or the access the one for training now or they banana to buy now or they come on.
And they say, and they John Crop John as a friend say, I don't go bad and I crop the John. Aye. Davida. Yaminsha also. Amen. Me da se mame. Aye, me da se bebre. Yamenka ho. Abusia ya mame eska na ye tele nka no.